Hi, and welcome to the Speed's first training series. I'm here with Dave Reichert, president and owner, and he's going to go through a pre-trip on a flatbed. It's all yours, Dave.
Okay, today's segment is on pre-tripping a vehicle. First thing that you want to do before you start the engine is check the oil. One of the reasons why you do it this way, especially if the vehicle is now set for the last 8 hours, all the oil will drain down to the bottom of the pan. You will get your most accurate reading. Okay, you pull it out. Should always have a clean rack. Full mark, empty mark. We are on the full mark.
All right. What if you're not on the full mark?
Full mark, you need to add oil. In our company, if it's halfway, you need to put a quart of oil in it. And anytime that it's low, you have to get it back up to the full mark. It's easy to check your coolant level just by looking through the clear bucket. You can see that the green is up to the minimum line for cold, right there. So that's pretty easy. The next thing that we look at is just kind of go around and look at your hoses. Make sure you don't see any leaks where there's clamps. I like to give the fan a little spin and make sure that it's spinning. This is power steering. And you have your max. You have your max and your. This is your max at hot. Your max at cold should be in the middle, and you can see the line right there. So it's in the middle. And of course, if you need to fill it up, that's where you fill it up. Look at the air cleaner.
What's the air cleaner?
Here's the air cleaner right here.
Okay.
Air inlet manifold heater. And you just kind of look and see if you can see anything clogging that thing up. And again, check your hose clamps. Any hose clamps that you see, look for leakage. See a little bit of water down there, but I just drove it through a puddle, so I know where that came from. And then that's pretty much what you check under the hood. Now this truck is equipped with air brakes. Some of them have juice brakes, and there will be a check on the juice brakes, oil level on the juice brakes. So, okay, we've done everything under the hood. We come over to our pre-trip sheet. Under engine compartment.
Now this is how you do it on paper.
Engine oil, engine fluid, and we'll put NA for brake fluid because that's not applicable. Transmission fluid. We did not check the transmission fluid. So we start the vehicle, run it through the gear, reverse, neutral, drive, neutral, reverse, put it back in park. This is your transmission dipstick. And again, as you can see, you have a hot mark and a cold mark. They should be somewhere between here and here. Which you can see it is. Now these are Allison transmissions and they take special transmission fluid, so know what you need to put in there. If you don't know, ask somebody.
So if you didn't hear that, if you're not sure which transmission fluid to put in, make sure you ask one of the managers.
So it's a little quieter. So again, now we've checked transmission fluid, we checked power steering. Battery. Battery's a little bit tougher to do than these, because you have to take these screws out to really check it. It started, pretty much tell you the battery's okay. You also have a gauge. As long as it's pulling 14 volts, you're okay. We checked the belts and hoses. We looked for fluid leaks under the truck. Looked at the wiring. Okay, next thing we do are lights. Clearance light, headlight, running light, headlight, clearance light. We have our clearance lights down the bed. That one does work. It's just a little dirty. Clearance light. Lights. We have our lights up on the light bar. All of our running lights. Okay. Now one of the things that we need to do, plug in the tow lights. Make sure that they work.
long should this process usually take, Dave?
Once you're good at this, it takes about 5 minutes. But since we're going to run the tape, we're going to do it nice and slow so everybody knows. Plug that in. You have your lights. Now the next thing, turn on the key. And we'll do turn signals. We have left turn. Whoops, these are backwards. Left turn. Left turn on our light bar. Walk up front. Now turn signal up here. Now we'll do right turn. Right turn. Right turn. Right turn on the light bar. We have our right turn signals up here. Little trick for this part. If you can back up to a glass frontage of a building, that way you're not making trips around the truck. You can just look at the reflection and that will tell you. That will speed up your pre-trip. Okay, so we come over here. We have headlights, taillights, running lights, turn signals. Got to check the overheads. For this, you need the ignition key turned on. And we should get up here. We have our front, our rear flashers. A little bit taller truck, got to get back here a ways. And we have our front flashers are working. Can you get that key off and turn everything off so we don't run the battery down? Okay. So, now we want to look at the tires and wheels. These tires are fairly new, so they're in good shape. Back here, this tire here needs to be replaced. You can tell because we're down to the wear bars. That's the wear bar. You've got 3:30 seconds left. Time to replace that tire. Same with the inside dual. It's pretty close.
So what should you do if you find that?
You need to write that up and get it to your manager. These tires are in good shape. These are going to go for a while. And of course, we already looked at the other steer, but double check. Both steer tires are good. And we looked at the lug nuts as we go around. It has all the lug nuts. One of the things we want to look for is body damage, because I don't know damages a lot of stuff in this company. And if you don't want to be held responsible, you need to walk around. This wheel has been curved numerous times. So you write down here in the marks, right, front, wheel.
Hey, are you broken?
Curb damage.
You're writing with the wrong hand.
Yeah, they claim that I'm broken. Okay, so you want to mark that down so you don't become responsible for it. You walk around and look. This is pretty normal. This is just age and wear. The stuff's rusting like that. No damage to the boxes. This looks good. Everything here looks good. No damage to the light bar. Okay, all the way around. So you've checked for any body damage. Okay, now we move inside the cab. Lights don't work.
So how about I see a windshield crack?
Yes, right off the bat. This windshield needs to be replaced. This is a safety issue because this crack is running right through the driver's eyesight. So this windshield needs replaced. If you got pulled over in the scales, they would down the truck for that crack in the windshield because of where it's at. Okay, we know service brake. Air brakes, you hear it. This is the park brake. And on these trucks, park brake will not release until you're in gear. We'll just roll down the hill. Park brake works. Horn. Windshield wipers. Rear vision mirror, not applicable on this truck. Voltmeter, again. Now, on these particular trucks, they don't have a meter. they have, there it is, 14 volts. So we know the voltmeter is working. Low pressure warning device. You can barely hear it, but the beeper's working. Oil pressure gauge, we're looking good at 50 pounds. Fuel tank full. In this company, half a load of fuel means it's empty. Refuel the truck. We'll go on that and on a later date. This truck is about 2/3. It should have been filled up before it was parked, but it didn't get. Okay, wrecker dolly halves, not applicable on a carrier. Dolly axle, not applicable. Anything that has to do with dollies, you write non-applicable. No recovery chains on a carrier. Okay. PTO engagement, lights burn out. So you write PTO light burn out. But I can hear that it's working. Now we'll leave it turned on because we got to look for some stuff. Other things. We're looking for flares. You may have to stand up, Michael. Different guys put it in different places, so we kind of need to look out. There's that book. First aid kit.
Flares are underneath the map book.
There's flares. All police contracts say we're supposed to have 6. So we need 4 flares. So I'm going to put, okay, needs 4 flares. Fire extinguisher, we have a fire extinguisher. First aid kit I found. 2-way radio, we have gone away from 2-way radios. I don't have one with me, but your cell phone works, I have that. Check the odometer. 203-144. We have beginning odometer reading. You put 203-144 there. So we check that. Still looking for motorcycle straps and steering wheel tie rope. We also need to look at all the rest of the stuff we need to look for in the toolboxes. Always try to work on the curb side. We are on the right side of the vehicle. That's the curb side. On a bed, the first thing you need to do is the first motion is backwards. About that far, and then tilt. And we'll go into that later on when we're doing the loading video. Okay, now. Okay. I have bungee cords, I have motorcycle tie-down straps. Bungee cords are suitable for a steering wheel rope. So we have that, we have that. There's a debris bucket. Floor jack. Bucket, jack, handle. It says air tank full. These trucks have onboard air. We know it's full. The truck wouldn't move, so the air tank's full. We need fuel cans. We don't have fuel cans. Convertible, 3 convertibles. Tire chains. We have lumber. Jumper cables. I'm looking for snatch blocks, and so far I haven't seen one. Air hose. I know the hydraulics work because we just moved the bed. Still, we need the heat gas can. Circle that. There's the broom. I didn't see a shovel. We need a shovel. On your green trip it says grease privet pin. We want you to do that once a week.